Good morning, good morning. What's up, Ryan? What's up, Sandollar, Maddie, Kim, E, Mel? In Discord, I have Garden, Jabroni, JJ, Letter, Buck, and Linwood and Spicy Pepper. This morning, before hopping on, I posted puts and calls. Looking for closes over 527.85. That would be the top of this candle. Looking for puts, with a close under 525.20. So you can see we are perfectly within our range right now. And I say this because if you say this level by itself, then you're ignoring previous day close. If you say, well, what about rejection of the open? You know, it's like, what rejection of the open? So we can't really say that. So I went with the next level, 525.20, breakdown of that. So I'm looking for a cross over the high of this candle, or a cross below, change direction real quick, this level. Now if I see anything inside of that that gets me a little excited beforehand, then we can talk about that. You know, rejections of this 300 times, of course it's looking puts. You know, if we're seeing good high or lows to hold this level, of course calls are attractive. You know, it's not the end of the world. But also not as fun to take an inside of the range trade as I like to call it. So, and when I say inside of the range, I mean inside of the range of my plan. I don't mean like there's a range set here and the market's just trapped here. No, the market's almost never trapped. There are days where it feels like it. There are days where it will range between a certain amount of, you know, dollar sign, but still. Perfect previous day close tap so far. Yeah, it looks so. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, Dr. J. Good morning, Alexis. Good morning, Elisa. Good to see each and every one of you. Good morning, JJ. Good to see you. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like this new stream schedule. I don't know about y'all, but it's been forcing me to trade a lot better. Not really acknowledging the first 20 to 30 minutes has been very helpful lately. Something as simple as just taking a step back in the beginning of the day. And this gives us good convo too, because we're able to go over the game plan. We're able to go over what other things can happen outside of the game plan. Because sometimes, you know, you might have a, let's say, oh, I'm looking for a breakout here and a breakout here. But you're ignoring what else is going on. You know, the inside where there's rejections happening, base build happening. So again, gotta watch trend, gotta watch who has the open. But a lot going on. Tech is also rejecting a good resistance right now. Healthcare is keeping us up a little. Banks are trying their best to keep us up, it looks like. It's like discretionary and comms are also pulling back a little. But nothing crazy. Tech's the one doing most of the damage, I would say. Probably a good day to start watching IWM. Looks like they're also rejecting away, but watch this low right here, 202.66. They don't hold that new low, that's not changing anything. Yo, what's up, Carter? How you doing? Maddie, I said previous day control point lined up nicely with where we held this morning too. Where does previous day control point line up at today? What's the number? Ooh, Netflix. Wait a minute. Oh, that's the one below. Never mind. Oh, it's just my dumb little drawing. It is doing what we thought. It went up, it came down, and it's going up again. But will it hold the new highs? I think Coin's going to be a good one to watch. And that's coming from me, I hate to say that, but I think Coin's actually going to be a good one to watch out for breakouts, bullish breakouts. Why did that double click? What the hell? Alright, back to the smaller time frame. So not only did we get a rejection of where we were looking for potential bullish plays, we're also getting a potential loss of current day open again. So watch to see if we get a close under this in the 5-minute. But this is a good sign for bears short term. The fact we've rejected the bullish breakout and potentially losing the current day open, this would be a very good sign for sellers. Let's see on this 5-minute candle, do we even get that close? You have 1 more minute. Good morning, For Profit, and good morning all the other people who just now tuned into the Discord stream. I said good morning to everybody. Good morning to each and every one of you who are tuning in. Oh, and they're wicking today's open. Amazon couldn't hold pre-market high. Good call up by Ryan. I'm not gonna lie, today's probably gonna be a great day to watch some weights. If you want to go watch some individual weights, you're gonna have a lot better time than people watching just SPY today. Real quick too, now that I have everybody in here, we can go over the SPY chart on the daily. So, and this is kind of adds into what I was talking about with my game plan. Is we were bearish, you know, we did break structure, but we didn't break anything else after that. Like, we got to the next thing, but we didn't break anything. Like, we filled the gap, got down to where, yes, if we close under this, we probably are going down below 520s, down into the mid 510, 515 range, right? Didn't get that. Ended up getting a pretty crazy wick on Friday. Y'all were here yesterday. We were all here yesterday for this. We were here for the dipping part of this day when this was a lot more red. This pulled back up all in, you know, the second half of the day, which pretty crazy because, again, it kind of happened this day again. But we talked about that in the beginning of the stream. We talked about at least the first move going down yesterday. It wouldn't be surprising to me if we wiped out the last 20 minutes of that Friday because it was all within 20 minutes, right? So we weren't saying that if we break this, oh, we're going to follow the floor, if we're not going to break this up. We weren't claiming anything. We were just saying the last 20 minutes is what caused everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if it filled most of it. Beyond that, I have no idea what the hell to talk about. You know, we don't know if they're going to bounce and go back up. We don't know what they're going to do. But this is what the chart looks like on the daily time frame. Based on what we've been charting on that time frame, they pulled back down into range yesterday, so they had a chance of being extra bullish. Failed. Still just holding the range, so we're just still bullish. And now we're up against that same resistance again. So we're really looking for a break over 528, not the level I said earlier. But I don't want to change the game plan. I'm keeping it there. But 528 is essentially what we need to see on the daily time frame. Crack back over to see bulls again show up. If we're stuck under 528, but we're not breaking 521, which again is a good enough range for us to day trade on, so we can't complain about that. It's still bullish, but in an area where we can't just jump into new trades for swings yet, for long. So this is why I'm saying your individual weights are going to be more fun to watch, because as these are settling and moving around, you're going to get some really good movement. So I would definitely check some of these. But yeah. And there is some news today. I believe some of it already came out as I was starting my stream. Yeah, Jolt and factory orders. Who cares about that, right? No crazy big earnings from what I see. I see Ferguson, Toyota, Honda. So we got some car makers there. After hours, we got Crowd. That's a pretty big one. Biden at 2 p.m. Yeah, we ain't even gonna be watching that. He's doing something pretty cool today. For anybody who I think it's today or tomorrow. There is actually something happening with the border, which is actually kind of cool. Because as most people here know, the border, I'm not gonna call it a crisis, but the border problem is pretty crazy lately. All around the United States, not just Texas. It's like Texas, Cali, Arizona, tons of other states. Oh, look how well they stuck under our resistance. I love seeing that. Even if it's just a single day touch and then the next day is like opening higher and rallying, I don't care. It's just nice to see it react to it. Because again, I really do feel like we are charting some of the most important levels. It's just about how you trade them and how you navigate in between them. It doesn't really matter if you have good levels if you don't know how to trade them. Did I just see somebody in chat say MCD looks good for longs? Don't get me excited. Why isn't MCD on this list? Oh, they already have their inside bar. That's crazy. But this is a 3 white soldiers pattern almost. Not perfectly, but almost. I can't spell soldiers, I just realized. Here we go. Let me tag you so you know that I'm talking to you. We'll go back to Spy. That actually doesn't look bad though, and it's coming from a pretty good area. I actually took them off my watch list because I'm such a McDonald's bull. It's hard for me to not just be long on this all the time. And when I see short setups, it's hard for me to get into puts. Like, this is actually a hard chart for me to trade when I'm not going in long. I'm not even joking about that. So I just ignore it when I know it's not looking too good for that chart. And I think I remember it going to up to the 300s and then it not looking too good. And you can see I drew some supplies and then I have not seen this chart since. This going down to 250 is insane to me. This is probably like one of the few charts in my opinion that should not be taking pullbacks like that. I don't care what McDonald's did to what they did from here to here, whatever happened. McDonald's is in too crazy of a position. There's not another company like them in the whole world. And you can't say that about many companies. But guys, we have not only rejected where we thought we were looking for a bullish breakout, we've broken today's open. We have a very indecisive candle under today's open. And no fresh low. If we would have got to close under a new low, this would be looking really good. But this is the next best thing right now. But let's see what happens. But guys, what makes this candle so indecisive? Who knows the 2 general rules behind me saying this is indecisive? What does that mean behind this candle? What about this candle tells me that? So we know for other people who might not know. Oh, good job, D-Touch, going back and finding Alexis's post and seeing that somebody's already been looking at MCD and posting it. I need to do that more too. I always say it to everybody in here, but there's actually a crazy amount of charts and game plans that are posted ahead of time in the post charts channel. I'm not talking about by me. I'm talking about by the members. There's tons of people who go in there and post, but you'll notice there's a few people who are consistently in there. Like, honestly, lately I've been seeing Guardian Trader and D-Touch destroyed that channel. I've seen Alexis go in there a lot more recently. But it's just good to go in there and just get, like, grind, really. It's what you're doing. Just posting your charts and then updating them over time. It has nothing to do with being right or being wrong or trading or anything. It's just to kind of call out a game plan. And honestly, there's a really good template in that channel right now at 6 a.m. from Guardian Trader. posting the chart, posting the levels before the chart has opened, before the market has opened, being able to review, okay, this is what should happen if this happens, this is what should happen if this happens, you know, setting up conditional variables for yourself. Therefore, if this happens, or parameters I should say, if this happens, you're bullish. If that happens, you're bearish. You're doing this. Oh, this is a retest trade here. Awesome. And then when the market opens, you can actually update this in real time. And when the market closes, let's say you're busy or maybe you didn't get to update as much as you wanted, you can review, did your game plan work from beforehand? And yes, my bad, guys. The reason this candle is indecisive is because we have a small body and longer legs. And the reason you want to look for longer legs is on both sides. I really don't care for if this one's longer than this one. The fact that they're both longer than the body, makes me instantly see the indecision. Just like this one. Yes, this is definitely a lot more to the downside, looking like it pulled up. Which, by the way, y'all should know that. I try to like talk like that's just like a general rule everybody knows, but not everybody does know this. When you see a wick down, right, and then it wicks back up and you have like this, right, what you've essentially seen is a move down and then a move back up. So think of it like a carrot going back up, right? And the same thing is happening here. So if we have two carrots going opposite directions, it's kind of hard for either carrot to go up more. That's why we see it like that. It's just indecisive. This is the definition of a squeeze. People don't realize that, but if you were to like zoom in on this candle, there are highs and lows converging into one direction right now on this candle. Of course, we're on the 5 minutes, so we can't go much lower, but that is what's happening on that candle. But if you answered anything near that, or saying doji or anything around that, good job, you were correct. Sorry, I kind of started rambling about something else about the levels after asking you all a question. Alright, so we're still sitting here. That's all-time high. They're trying to close back above today's open after what was an indecisive candle. My favorite thing to do after seeing this kind of candle is to just kind of chill for a couple minutes, because a lot of the time whatever happens next is what the trend is trying to do. So if you ever get like a very strong doji at a good spot of the chart, or just a doji in general, or just an indecisive candle at all, and then it's followed up by a bullish or bearish confirmation, it's probably a lot more accurate than you think. Now the only thing I don't like about this one, why is it zooming like that? The only reason I don't like this one as much is that we are literally coming off of the low of day, and we are still above, or still under lower highs. We haven't really cracked that trend from close of yesterday all the way to high of day today. So that's a little worry for me. But I do like the fact we have an indecisive candle, and it's not just a green candle appearing. What is this green candle doing? It's taking today's open. That's a very good sign. So there's something special there for bulls. It's just kind of in a weird spot, so I'm just really not, like, my mouth isn't watering over this move. But we can still analyze it though, you guys. That's another thing, is you need to be breaking down. Yeah, I don't care if you're jumping into this for a bullish play or a bearish play or not. I don't care. What I want to see is people call out what each move is. This is, yes, bullish in the moment, but it really isn't anything because we haven't taken anything. So this is still a setup for either side. Also, if you're going off our game plan, we haven't seen anything happen. It's just sitting inside of the range. And we still have that lower high. So we really can't jump into calls right now thinking, oh guys, this is super bullish. No, I would still say bears have very good opportunity here, just because that lower high trend that's already been established from close of yesterday to today's high right now. We have not done anything to really change that effort. Are you using the gap fib, Ryan, I'm assuming? And people are always like, well, what do you do when you have all this stuff converging into one spot? I don't know to be bullish or bearish. What do I do? Do I just jump it? No, don't touch shit. If you don't have a clear answer in front of you, like I said before, if the chart doesn't jump out to you or scream at you to jump into a trade, don't. Like, honestly, I see a few people in chat posting puts over and over. I think that's the better trade to be in right now, but I just don't care to be in it, because I just don't, it's just not yelling at me. I just don't care. If it's not yelling to me, I don't want to be in it. I don't want to get lucky. I don't want to take a trade that I don't have planned. There's just no point. Plus, I just don't see a trade here yet. You could say we're rejecting today's open, but we've done that twice now and have not broken a new low, so just risky. But I like this one a lot more because there's actually a defined lower high, whereas before, I mean, you're literally just getting up here for the first time. This is actually going up and hitting something and pulling back. It's a little bit different. So again, getting context of what's happened to get you into your trade. That's really what a lot of you guys should be doing. I think that would help out a lot more because, you're going off something that has happened, not what you think will happen. We're not here to guess or hope or dream or wish, as much as we all like to. Me included. The lower open as well. So again, like I said before, please mark your trend more. Even if it's just going back and talking to yourself like I do with you guys on stream. It's very helpful because you're giving yourself context. Sometimes, like some of the guys in chat, they just mark the lower highs. Sometimes they mark the lows so they can clearly see who has trend. If that helps you, go ahead and do it. As much as I talk down on that, because I just don't like people drawing lines, please do it if it's a good visual aid for you. Just, I swear, if you come back at me and you say, Bulu, that's a symmetrical triangle, I will kick you, I swear. Cracking 5266 will tank. That's what Mel just said. Sorry, for anybody who doesn't know, 5266, Jesus, I cannot speak, is on SPX. So if you're like, why is he adding extra numbers? He's not, that's just SPX. Which again, you could pretty much watch either. They're not going to be in the exact same spot of the chart though. So just to let everyone know that if you do watch SPY or SPX together, they are not exactly in the same part of the chart, but they do move together. So just understand that. They're just not the exact same. They're just very close to being the exact same. And does anybody see the trade floor real quick? I just want to kind of like give everybody a good way of reading the chat very well too. If you guys see the trade floor, what is the last thing that Kevo just said? He said, still at midterm, still under CDO. Does everybody understand what those two things mean? Midterm again, meaning at the 50% of the fib rejecting. Still under CDO, meaning we're still under current day open. So he's calling out two things for himself to be bearish under. He's not saying this is going to fall through the floor and go... I mean, that would be cool if it did for him. But he's not saying, "God, everybody jump in puts with me." He's saying, guys, I'm bearish under these two levels. Just so everybody understands, that's how my people talk in my chat. They don't go in there and say, I'm bearish, everybody follow me, grab puts. No. They're saying what they're doing. He's in puts, clearly. But he's giving clear validation and invalidation. So please do not just follow people in my chat. Please understand that they are giving themselves parameters. Once they are wrong, they are out. They aren't just sitting in their plays all day. And they're not, also, don't pressure people to sit here and talk about their plays. It's not their fucking job to make you to trade in front of you. I don't want to see anybody treating each other that way. If somebody wants to post what they're trading, that's on them. Give them the respect. Don't just sit there and judge them or anything. I don't want to see any criticism either. Huge difference between helping somebody and following somebody because they're calling out trades. I just don't like to see that get abused in my chat, so. A lot of my guys are pretty good about that, but I just like to make sure. Still crazy after all these dude, literally. But what's up with you guys? I'm just sitting here rambling about everything while we sit here in range between the two areas we planned. But what is everyone else up to? What are you guys looking at? Are you in a trade? Are you currently just kind of planning something out? Are you charting something differently right now? What are you looking at? What's everyone doing? I don't really care who's red or who's green, so you don't have to share that if you don't want to. Again, just literally looking for what is everyone up to. I don't want to pressure people into being like, I'm red or I'm green. Not a good way of thinking. No trades, just watching. Nice. Nothing wrong with that. Y'all need to really be more proud of that too. If there's one saying I've learned from anyone else that has actually like made me think more correctly, I guess if is that how I should say it? JOMO, joy of missing out. Like not being a part of certain moves, you should start trying to find pride in that. Start trying to find joy in that, if that makes sense. It's backwards thinking, but it's the right way of thinking when trading. Like to be able to say what Misi just said, no trades, just watching, that's very powerful. Anybody can click these buttons, guys. Waiting for your next call out. I'm going gray over here. I already posted the call out. It just hasn't done anything. Like the chart hasn't given any confirmation yet. Just focus on those levels. In IWM, nothing has pushed me out. Good job. Let's see what IWM's even doing. I can't talk right now. You know, normally I'd probably be like if I was sitting here from open, I'd probably be a lot more bearish. But because I started to stream late, I don't have that early morning bias in my head right now. It actually does have a little nice curl up move, so I can see what you're going for. Are you in puts, I'm assuming, though? I would assume you're in puts. But I guess I could kind of see the curl up move here, too. If you don't want to say you're in puts or not, it's okay. I don't want people to be pressed. Yes, you are. Okay. Yeah, that definitely makes a lot more sense with how I'm seeing this chart. And that's just within 2 seconds of seeing the chart. That's why it is nice to have your levels already set. Watching Tesla reject fib from the most recent drop. God, look at the way these people talk in this chat. Default. Let's go back. Okay. Ryan said, just watching right now. Another powerful comment. D-Touch said, I will be chaperoning for my daughter's school field day tomorrow. Oh, nice. Dan, do you guys remember field day? Field day was the best. Remember school? Remember not having any responsibilities? Remember that stuff? Man. Bitching about homework compared to bitching about taxes, right? Who's with me? Just scalped coin, looking for the next good setup. Love to hear that, Cam. Damn, you're everywhere, man. Let me go back over to coin. Where is it at? Oh, I have to scroll down. Wait, where is coin? Am I blind? Oh, it's right there. Nice. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I'm honestly waiting for him to go up a lot more. But nice to see you taking advantage of a day trade on this. Ignore these lines on the smaller time frame. This isn't what that's meant for. Why I say it's nice is just I like how it held that previous day close. It opens lower, but it didn't break a single thing. Like if it had broken this, or there was clear I mean, there's a clear support sitting here somewhere on that wick and that low right there. Kind of last minute of the day where they closed, jumped up here and closed. But we lower open here, so it's like, yeah, we're under yesterday close and it didn't look super great, but I mean, we really didn't go anywhere. First candle takes it. And I think what makes me say like, oh, that's nice, is because like it's not just breaking out; it's also over a high, what was a lower high? Sorry, let's say high or low, a lower high. Previous day open right in that area. So all in one candle, it ruined the lower open for bears. It retook previous day close. It retook the lower high. It tried retaking, or it did retake previous day open. Sorry. So I say, oh, that looks nice, because it did all that in one candle. And that might be why you're getting such a, what a lot of us would say is an ugly grind up. Because it is. It's green, red, green, red, green, a little more green, red. Just kind of say, it's just, it's awkward. There's a lot of wicking, right? But that's just how coin trades. And this candle on its own really gave you all the confirmation you needed. Now, to get into a trade off of just that would take some balls. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying you should be taking trades like this every time. You definitely shouldn't. But that candle did do some powerful confirmation, so it makes sense why you got such an awkward grind up, because this might be just people guessing all the way up. But we say all the way up. This candle closed down here at, you know, damn near 233. It went up to 239 just now, within an hour. So it's not a bad move. Good job, Kim. I'm trying to look at that one more too, because coin's a very powerful chart. Red on Oracle looking for a possible gap fill. Watching AMD. Let me add that down here and I'll come back to it. You're okay on MCD at the moment. What's up, Mansion and Benzes? Haven't seen you in a minute. Watching these huge rips on the 2-second chart. Giving himself a heart attack on the tick charts today. I love it. Good morning. Just got started 5 minutes ago and going over what I missed. Nice. Looking for pre-market low. Oh, on IWM. Nice. I'll go back to it real quick. Non-uniform day was the best. Facts. I was only... actually, no, I never had to do that. Oh no, my school did the stupid, and I'm sure some of you did, was the stupid like tuck your shirt in crap. That was so dumb. Apple above previous day close. Good to know. Good call by Devontae. Good to see you, man. Kid at the mechanic shop used to work. Just turned 18 and learned the hard way about taxes. Oh yeah, he's gonna love it. F homework. Yeah, no. Homework would have definitely been better, though. ENPH is breaking down out of an IB, but catching the 200 on the daily. Yeah, React. Personally, if you saw my post in Lifetime, so you probably saw me talk about it in the stream too. I am looking for shorts on this, and I did see that break as well. But it's not time for me yet. I got one touch and it's going. So if it does drop, so be it. And I'm not going to sit here and complain about it. I'm looking for better retest trades than that one. But I do like the initial crackdown of this. I think ENPH is due to come back down to the lower 120s over time. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I do believe it will be back below this highlighted area soon. Within this month is kind of my time frame. Good job on IWM. I see Carter in the Discord chat typing new low of day. It did pop a new low of day. Let's see if it holds. Good job on your call there. Or put, sorry. Not your call. Good job on your calls, man, as the chart's falling. And we are still rejecting. We still have a lower high in place. A lower high trend in place against previous day close. Again, you gotta say that, because if you just say lower high trend, you would be wrong. Lower high trend from previous day close. Give yourself that context, like we said. The 30-minute, my bad, Garden. Let's go check that out. Oh yeah, just kind of seeing like, and really just a lot of indecision. First two candles are literally just indecision. Good call out by Garden Trader. Essentially saying there's still possibility for anything today. So guys, if you haven't traded today, you've made the best decision so far. Because there's still a lot in store today. I like this squeeze. See, now it's been an hour and 6 minutes, and we have nothing but information. We have nothing but a potential powerful move. See, 30 minutes ago, you guys would have said, oh, well, this just looks ugly. Let's not touch it. But now that we have all this stuff here, it's like, oh, wow. Yes, I've still not touched a trade, but damn, this is about to set up something good. And welcome everybody on YouTube. I see we have almost 50 people in here. Be sure to drop a like on today's stream. Glad to have you all here. Y'all are so active on Tuesdays. I don't know what it is. Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays, I'd say. Which I guess that makes sense. Mondays and Fridays are kind of meh sometimes. kind of weird I can't send screenshots in like the YouTube chat. I'm just gonna quote Garden Trader's post and switch it over to there because that needs to be posted in there too. What? Google just what? Can you guys type in the YouTube chat so my comment can go up so I can hit the 3 dots? I would appreciate that. Just like move my comment up so I can hit the little dots on the side of my comment so I can pin it. Because, you know, dear God, this heart's in my way. Thank you. You guys are the best. Thank you for my... There you go. I appreciate that. Him just straight up typing type or comment. That was good. That was all that was needed. Thank you guys. That's a good test, just ask you guys randomly. Just type whatever's on your mind right now. Don't actually do that. Don't actually do that. I was just kidding. Let's get the most wild comments ever. When you guys see Ace, everybody spam the chat with like green candlesticks or something. If he ever pops up into the comment or into the chat, just spam it. We gotta spam it for that boy Ace. Sandollar. What's up, Sandollar? How you been, man? I read every post in chat, whether you think I do or not. Sandollar's one of those dudes who's in chat at any hour. I don't actually think he sleeps. Some of you might say you don't sleep. I don't think he actually sleeps. Sandollar is always up. Have you seen the recent issue with the coming out saying 63 banks are at risk of insolvency? No, I've not seen that, but I wouldn't be surprised either. That's kind of crazy, though. More people that see that, too. The scarier. Ooh, scary. Banks losing money. Stock market go back up still. Gotta love that fear-mongering by our own system. I mean, these are the people we pay. Good cheese starting, finally getting above 66 degrees here. Oh, that is awesome, dude. That's such a perfect Goldilocks zone too, man. Between like 60 and like, I was gonna say 80, but like mid 75, honestly. Like 60 and 75 Goldilocks zone. If I could get that every day, I would. But we're in Texas, so we get different weather every single day. Good call out by Garden Trader. Another SVB. Wait, where are we looking? Oh, you linked me. Thank you. How many commas is that? 3? That's not millions. That's B's. Those are B's. Unrealized losses hitting U.S. banking system. Huh. Who's Ash Crypto? I don't even know what this page is. I can't click it because I'm never clicking on X/Twitter ever again. I think I'd trust word of mouth from someone randomly in chat, even someone I've never even met in chat, over going to social media at this point. You guys can tell me the sky is purple, and it would probably be closer to being real than anything else I'd read on there. It's actually insanity. Still dealing with this level as a resistance, even with the multiple holds of today's open. But again, we've seen multiple drops of today's open too, and no fresh lows, so there's definitely problems on both sides of the ball. think our arrows are in perfect spots right now. Again, game plan is the vague game plan, I like to call it, is essentially just waiting for a 5-minute close over this high or a 5-minute close under this level. But we're not getting either right now. Talked about the in-between ideas that can happen, and even those have been kind of scrapped just due to the indecision. But again, good updates by a lot of people in the chat. Excuse me, in the chat in real time. I've been seeing a lot of really good scalp posts by people in chat. So I would also like to comment on that. There have been some good posts in chat by a lot of you. AMD at 50% high of day to low of day. Good job, Ryan. Which it's weird. You guys are actually oddly very good at these days. There's days where I swear we're ranging, and I'm so scared to check chat that I'm like, man, I swear like 20 people are going to be like, damn, I didn't know what to do. I lost money. I overtraded. I go in there, I check, and there's like maybe 1 or 2 of those people, which is pretty normal. But majority of the time, I just see a lot of people restraining themselves, and I'm very happy to see that, because that's true power. True power is restraint in this market. Restraint leads to more opportunity. Sometimes even better opportunity, something you trust more, something you'll remember. Because you'll remember you stopped yourself. You'll remember you paused, you were more patient. You'll remember, oh, I waited before actually getting into this. Or I meticulously planned this over the course of however many, sessions or days or whatever. 3-minute put scalp on SPY, like 90%. Did I just see a 90% type entry posted in my chat? Let's see this. Let's see if Matty Ice is on it. He's also on the phone. What a legend. You need to plug your phone in, Matty. But let me see how badass this was. Oh, this is a 90% entry. You are correct. And you traded it correctly too. You didn't ignore the fact a new low was not made. And you have the halfway point there. You are actually crazy. I have to just put a straight up fire emoji and a goat emoji on this one. Maddie, this is clean. If you're in here, I hope you hear me. This is a very clean trade. And I believe I was saying something similar to you and For Profit yesterday about y'all's trades. And here you are again with another just on fire trade. Not because of you making money, because of the type of trade you just took. This shows just how in tune you are. Because I think a lot of people would say there aren't many trading opportunities here, but I like what you did here on that 3-minute scalp. You took the same trade? Damn, we got 2 people posting the same exact thing? Wait, so did either of you hold runners that got cut for even? Either of you? It doesn't look like Maddie did. Ryan, did you? Sorry, I'm talking away from my mic, I just realized. Nope, went really light. Okay, so you both got out without that move back up hurting or touching anything on your run. That's crazy. Dude, good job. The reason I say I'll traded it correctly is because you went into the lows. You sold into the lows. You weren't like, I'm going to hold a runner and hope that it breaks and drops $10. No, you went into it knowing, okay, I am trading this move. I am going for that low. I'm not hoping for it to make a new one. Knew it wasn't a strong... Dude, good stuff. Both of you. Such a quick scalp. Like I was saying, I saw Kevo posting good scalps. I saw a couple other people posting good trades and ideas. But this is another really good quick scalp idea that I think was perfect. Good job. Very good trade reviews by Maddie and Viztex in the results and review channel if anybody wants to go see what I'm looking at. Very, very nice. The 90% entry isn't really something we try to talk about too much in here because it really is something, and I'm not trying to sound weird when I say this, but like it's true. When you've been looking at the system for so long and going through the rhythm and going through the methods of like seeing the types of entries and back testing and trying to get comfortable with whatever type of entry you can so you can trade it more, I swear you start to develop the 90% entry. You just realize like, oh my god, this is the best entry ever. But you don't see it all the time. And basically what the 90% entry is for anybody who doesn't know, and you can look at this on the YouTube channel for free, is it's the best invalidations. It's just an invalidation trade. So let's say you're looking for a bullish breakout like right here, right? and I get a pop over it, and let's say the next minute I get a close back under, that's an invalidation. That would now mean that that's probably, based on probability, that's probably the best positioned part of the chart you can be in as a bear, because it just broke that bullish breakout and now it's losing its momentum again, right? So that would again be the highest probability trade you could take as a bear, and it has a clear invalidation. It pops that high, pops that level again, you're back out because it's just clearly not going down. And vice versa, you know, breaking support. And this is a really good thing you can use around pivot points. And that's why a lot of people in my chat like to use 90% entries around today's open or previous day close or previous day open, because these are three very strong pivot points. But very, very good example by Viztex and Maddie in that channel. But again, it's one of those things that you shouldn't trade in the beginning of being in this chat. You should not be looking for these yet. But once you get to that point of you've seen the 40% entry a billion times, you've seen the retest types, you know, a million times, you've seen all that stuff, you've reviewed it, you understand the system. Now it's just about kind of like optimizing yourself. The 90% entry ends up kind of popping up on your screen a lot more, and you start to realize what it is. So I wouldn't go for it off the rip, but I like to see a lot more of you guys who are more seasoned with the system to go for those. It's just good to see that. It shows to me you are definitely reviewing your ass off every day, every weekend, anytime you have free time. I can see it in some of y'all's trade reviews too, like even people who don't talk a lot in chat but post reviews. There's a few of you. I can tell you're definitely still working your ass off, because you just listen to the way people talk when they type their trade reviews. It's crazy. Say it, read it out loud if you have to. Some of these trade reviews are very in depth, and they're not typing out, you know, 60 paragraphs to get their ideas out. Mel. Oh, never mind. I thought you were typing in the wrong channel. You were just typing it and then sending it. Nice. 42% on that. Good stuff. Mel 12. Usually test the 50% or the golden pocket of the move. 100%. Yeah, no, it does. It does. And those fib extensions, I don't know if I saw it on either of your chart. Maybe I saw it on one of yours. I think I did. But those fib extensions too can be very helpful. Another Leland tip. Which again, every Leland tip is pretty fire, so definitely help. And they're like extra targets. Besides, like, let's say you have a like, besides that fresh low, by doing your fib extension, you'll end up having targets further down besides that too. So if you do end up getting that low, it ends up giving you other targets besides levels that you might already have set. But if you don't want to do it that way, don't overthink it. I just thought that was a pretty cool, like, calculated method as well. It wasn't just random. Dude, lifetime chat is killing it. If you have access to lifetime chat, do not ignore the swing trading channel. This is what I talked about when I was trying to show people, like, this is the true power of what a chat could be if they treated each other right. And if you have access to that channel, you'll see exactly that. It's not like me going in there, or Leland, or D-Touch, or Daffy, you know, going in there and saying, guys, we're all getting into this play, let's all follow into this play. We're not doing that crap. We're not sheep in here, we're leaders. And you'll see the exact example of a leader in there. Noxta is on fire. And there's other people joining them too in there. There's people like Alexis, Mr. Santana, as you guys might know him in Discord. He does very well in there as well. A few other guys like Jack or Prophet. Other people like that have access and have shown examples of just true leadership. Again, we're not here to follow each other like that, but it's just cool to see people kicking ass and calling out plays and just doing stuff on their own. Letting them fly on their own, really. But it's crazy too, because if you were to ever he's not in here so I can talk about it, but if you were to ever ask someone like Noxta or some of these guys that are in there posting these plays, or like Eric posting the daily updates, ask them, like, they do this shit on their own because they're passionate. It's not because they want to look cool. It's not because, I mean, it might be because they want to fit into, but who doesn't want to fit in? Like, duh. But, like, they do it because it's their passion. They do it because they want to be here. They do it because they want to continue to grow. It's like forcing themselves to grow, because now they have to show out. They have to do it. They're the ones who put themselves to it in front of everybody. So it's like a good way of making yourself grow. No, you're good, Mel. I didn't mean to tag you. I thought you were typing in the wrong channel, and then I realized you were typing your trim. You did good. You did good. I shouldn't even have spoke on it. Oh wow, free funded accounts. Thanks, Zoom Trader. Let's ban you from the server. Thanks, Zoom Trader X. Totally a legit name. I would follow anybody who's named Zoom Trader X. That's a tough name, dude. We are still struggling with lower highs, and we are still struggling with current day open. If you feel like you need to go walk for a couple minutes, please do. This is the time to do it. Go get your blood running a little bit. Water is so damn good. Man, I should have taken my own advice. I should have just gone to another chart. I think I'd rather watch IWM chop under a support. Triple Q. Let's check our weights actually, because this is probably the reason, and I just haven't been clicking over to it. And yeah, when I turned on stream, we were dealing with this resistance. We still are. Just haven't gone anywhere. Healthcare was dealing with this resistance. They've retaken it, trying to lose it again, but haven't lost that support of that low. Banks pulled down a little more. Discretionary is really just in the same area. So is comms. Okay. So no real change in a lot of things, really. And we feel that on the SPY chart right now. It's not time to short my baby EMPH yet. I have nothing to say about Boeing yet. We're still looking for that bullish. I think this is going to get a bullish breakout. I'm just going to wait for actual confirmation, but that's going to get bullish confirmation sooner or later on coin. Ulta earnings is behind us. I'm really just looking to see basing above 385. It already is doing that after the earnings. This is the earnings scandal. No, that one is. It jumped into that. But we have an indecisive candle, which is exactly what I wanted, and then a positive candle. So now I just want to see another higher low appear somewhere. But now I like where Ulta is sitting. No comment. No comment. I probably should rechart Visa and MasterCard because these actually look like they're setting up pretty well. For either side. I don't know. We'd have to go chart and see. I say that because whenever you see them like up, like your eyes should go straight to the highs and lows. Y'all should know this by now. We talk about this all the time in the stream. We talk about this all the time in pretty much every video. But your highs and lows, you know, should you draw this line? No, please do not draw that line. But you should be hyper focused on that, on that, on that, and just kind of seeing the same thing appearing here. It's like, oh, well, naturally it should get bought up then, you know, without it being perfectly at that higher low. It's like it drops, build structure, jumps. Structure, jumps, drops. Structure, jumps, drops, structure, drops. You know, it's just looking for that structure and which way it's going. Which, I don't know if I'd trade Pepsi like that, but just a good example. So if you ever see me vaguely say, oh, that looks good, that's probably what I'm meaning. I just like that it's either sitting in one of those dips, or it's into one of those eaves or rooftops or whatever we call it. And it's into it, and it's just in a good spot where I think, okay, well, if a lower high is made here, bears can set up. If it breaks that new high, well, you have bulls still going. Good idea. Be right back. Yeah, I'm about to go make a smoothie. Damn, a smoothie sounds so good right now. Of course, I start to talk about other things, and SPY's moving now. All right, so we do finally have a bigger candle appearing under today's open. This is probably the first one like this. Yeah, because that wasn't fully under. That wasn't that impressive. This was the only other impressive one. And this one's bigger so far. So this is probably the biggest selling. Whoa, biggest selling pressure candle we've gotten under today's open so far. if it closes like this. We have not closed yet, but good sign. And good job by a lot of the people in here who either one, sat on their hands and didn't touch a trade, or two, were understanding that we are still kind of struggling with that resistance and that we're closer to that, so bears do probably have a little bit higher an advantage trade if you're taking an inside of the range trade. If you flip this chart and we're above this support, I'd probably be saying the opposite. I'd probably be saying you should be looking at, short-term buyers, but that's why I didn't really fend away from some of you guys posting those shorts in chat, because I like that you guys are able to see, yes, we are struggling. And if we're going to struggle, then that's clearly bearish. I don't know where else I was going with that, but yeah, struggle equals bad. AMD dropping, Tesla holding 50%, high of day to low of day. Ooh, good job, Ryan, calling out two different tickers like that. Mel said, there she go. And yeah, Mel, we'll see if we finally get that new low, because that would be nail in the coffin for some of you guys who are in those trades. And welcome, we have over 50 people. Hopefully you're doing fine. Feel free to kind of scroll up in whatever channel you guys are in and just see what's up. If you're just now tuning into stream, you can go back a couple minutes. Actually, I just re-updated everything. This morning when I was typing my game plan, I typed this level here. I actually did almost type this level here, but since I started my stream around this candle, like right as this one was starting, I didn't want to be unfair to you guys, but this was actually the first game plan level, was 525.75, but I'm actually kind of glad I moved it out. Gives us a little bit more of a comfy range, but it's just cool to see that. And I was only going to do that because of this low here, kind of like how end of day they went up here, and then before jumping, they kind of made this their low. And then today, we've been sitting here for 2 times in a row, but also it lines up with another higher low over here. So I just thought that was cool that there was structure on top of that level, and then it wasn't our usual way of charting, but I wanted to stick to what we normally do. But just again, kind of speaking out loud of what my thought process was. Which again, I think a lot of you guys need to do that more too in your trade reviews or early on game plans. Like if you post beforehand, speak your mind. Whatever's on your mind, please type it out. Because afterwards, you might be able to go review and be like, oh wow, I actually did say that. Or, oh wow, this was in my plan. And sometimes it's just intuitive thought. It's something that's like concrete. But it's still good to note it for future opportunity. And that is going to be the biggest candle we've seen close under today's open. I'm not really counting the first candle. The only other one we had was this one. And again, if you look at that, we are still holding above the indecisive candle. That is crazy. As bearish as that looks. That 525.70 area is very stubborn today. This is an almost perfect $2 range so far. What's up, Maddie? He said his phone died. That is hilarious. His phone died. The first thing I said clicking on his trade review is, oh, yo, you need to charge your phone. That's funny as hell. And yeah, great job, Maddie. You and Ryan setting a good example. And keep it up. There's no reason to get ahead of ourselves, you know? Don't treat tomorrow like you would today. Don't treat today like you would yesterday. Every day is different. But the levels and the way we look at them stay the same. And another thing to remember is the level of control you have. I feel like we don't think about this enough, but you know, when you're losing money and trading a lot, it's easy to forget what we're actually in control of. And what are we actually in control of? Does anybody know? We went over this a couple times. I've been visualizing the levels and setups every night. Good stuff, right? And keep it up, dude. Seriously. Like that right there is what is helping you with your results. It has nothing to do with the market got better or anything like that. The market is the exact same. You've gotten better. You've grown. The way you look at the market has grown. Keep it up. But yeah, back to that question though. What are we actually in direct control of when it comes to trading in the market? Does anybody know? Green, you're close. He said all we can do is put probability in our favor, and he's correct about that. Nobody knows 100%. Our trades, exactly. How much money we're putting in. How much we are actually putting at risk. If I'm in a trade, is that the market's fault or is that mine? Mine. I'm the one who literally clicked enter. I'm the one who went to the chain. I'm the one who selected it. So it's not the market's fault when we lose money, right? It's our fault because we are the ones who are actually clicking enter. Now, yes, things can happen in between the trade, in between all that. But let's just remember we are in direct control of when we are at risk and how much we are at risk. Which, again, is probably the most important aspect of the whole stock market, risk and reward. You are in direct control of how much risk you put into the market. And you might think like, duh, like, of course I have the control. But you don't think about that stuff. Like I said at the beginning of my conversation, you don't think about that stuff when you are in the moment. When you are trading up and down, left and right, and you're here every day and you're here every week and you're just going through your method, you forget about that stuff. You think you have to trade all the time. You don't. Understand you are in complete control of what happens. And good answers in the YouTube chat too. I see a few people saying emotion, and you are 100%. Well, we can't say you're in control of your emotions because we really aren't. Even when you think you are. But we can try our best. My bad, I'm gonna put my cursor back. I'll just keep reading y'all's comments. We're just still stuck at that stubborn area. What's up, Bugs Money? What's going on? And let's see how much struggle happens under today's open now that we're back here again. And let's give ourselves context, just like we have been every other time, to get ourselves comfortable before taking a trade. So what happened the first... Oh, we're not counting that time. What happened the first time we actually broke today's open? We went down, we got a good close, we got a doji, okay? So we had a red candle into indecision, right? That had literally nothing follow it. What do we have after this one? Red candle... more indecision. So we're in the same scenario as this one, except we haven't retaken current day open yet. So that's the only difference between this. Again, just giving ourselves context, even if it's something that's so obvious. So what are we looking for here then? If we don't retake this level, we have to assume we are extra bearish. Based on today's price action. Again, I'm not talking about a week from now. I'm not talking about because of a week ago. I'm talking about right here, right now, in the moment. This is turning more bearish than it was before. If we do not get to close over today's open, again, give yourself that parameter. There you go, Mel. We'll see if we get that closed under, too. If you get that closed under, that'll be even better for you. Which, a lot of the time, if I don't see a candle dump in the first 5 minutes, or in the first couple minutes of that 5-minute candle, it is a little bit weaker in my head, because in my opinion, if a candle is going to break a support, it should do it in the first half of the candle, not the second half. But we'll see. It is definitely struggling closing. I'm not even on the 1 minute. I could see it struggling. It's just taking its sweet ass time now that it's closed under. Or pushed under, I should say, not closed under. You are 2.5 minutes away from this 5-minute candle closing. Have a great day, peeps. Gotta take the doggo to the groomer. See you, Maddie. Thank you for being here, man. And great trade. Again, all of you guys can check that out in the results and review channel. A lot of really cool people in there posting their trades and the outcome of what they did and what they planned. Who then said, I used the fail-proof strategy, buy put, never sell. Definitely feels that way sometimes. Had I stayed in this position regardless of having time, I would have wasted my energy and not catch other trades. Ah, another cool way of thinking about that, D-Touch. I didn't even think about that. I said opportunity, but I was only thinking like, you know, because you were in one, but that's a really cool way of thinking about it. Damn, we got almost 60 people in the YouTube stream now. What's up? Mel said he is getting out of some at 137. Good job. Hopefully you got some of your cells out as it was making that new low, not as it was wicking, because that of course would be opposite momentum. So you were probably still up, but it was of course not as much as you probably want. But it looks like you got out of some of those on the new low, so good job. It looks like they're wicking it again. I'll be damned. I think I am happy to have set that level down here today. That our game plan was a little bit more wider. I'm just not one to really care about catching these moves as much. If you do catch them, awesome. It's good for scalping, in my opinion. Very good for scalping. Because it teaches you to get in and out of your trades quick. It's a very good way of learning. Because it's not about going for a 6,000% gain. It's about getting into a good entry, and it's about getting out at a good target. Even if the target isn't, you know, 100%. It's not about catching 100% per trade. It's about being able to tack down what a good entry is, and over time, just kind of sticking with it. Some trades are going to go, and you're going to miss, and it's going to come back up, hit your stop loss, you're down 15, 25%. Some of them are going to keep going, you're only going to make 15, 20%. Some of them, though, are not going to stop. You're going to make a lot more. So that's why it's good to aim for the consistent entry, not looking for all these different exits. Your exit will be different every single trade. But the template of how you exit should be the exact same every single time. You top tick the in and out. Good job. How did I say? Oh, I already read that. I had a dentist appointment this AM. What did I miss? Not much. Not much. Probably had a more productive morning at your dentist appointment than the chart. But we're seeing some struggle. It's a good sign for bears on the intraday. So far, I've definitely seen a lot more line up for bears. But the longer we stick around this same support, the more it definitely causes caution. But no push above today's open again, so should still be a little bit more bearish than bullish for sure. But our game plan is essentially outside of the top of that candle and this level. From this morning when I started to stream, that was our game plan. Some other cool things happen across the market, but I mean that's the gist of what happened in the overall market. Yeah. No, 100% King Carnage, I agree with you. And I was just making that point earlier, that and it's kind of been nice for me starting my stream. Sometimes even if I just start my stream 15 minutes to 30 minutes later, it's been amazing because I'm missing a lot more chop. Now, that isn't the case every day. Of course, some mornings, the first 30 minutes the best part of the day. But it definitely has felt that way more and more these past couple weeks. And we're still seeing struggle under that current day open. Even with no new low day holding, we have no push above today's open. After multiple candles, remember when we talked about the context, what happened last time we fell under today's open? We only had an indecisive candle and an instant retake. At least this time we have multiple indecisive candles, so this might actually be leaning towards more weakness. Just because of that simple piece of context. I didn't make a new level, I didn't go onto Twitter and find a signature or a call out, I didn't find any of that. Just again, talking out about what's happening on the chart. It's going to lead you into these situations where you lean into being more bearish or leaning into being more bullish. And if you're wrong, so what? At least you had a good idea going. And you're not guessing. Oh my god, what is in this smoothie? This looks so good. And the fact you put it in a mason jar makes it look even better. Everybody knows the best smoothies goes in those. What is in this, Misi? This looks so good. Okay, I'm not gonna say which one I'm laughing at, but if you go to the GIFs thing on GIFs, however you pronounce that word, if you go to that on Discord and just type in the word yummy, I won't say which one I'm laughing at, but I think it's very obvious with a simple scroll down one time. But I'm not gonna send that one. And a 52.25 put, tight stop at 526.25. That sounds solid. I like it, React. I like it. I swear, last night I had one of those sleeps where you like blink and you're like awake again. It literally felt like 30 seconds. I was having night terrors from all the insolvency issues at all those banks. Rejected the hidden retest again. You are on fire with these fib retests, Guardian Trader. Good stuff. Alright, let's go back to putting our line right here. I'm gonna just drop my mouse right here and we'll just keep watching the same area as it continues to test the sanity of every trader in the market right now. But like I said, we're definitely seeing a lot more struggle under today's open than we have in the previous moves under. So that's at least something good for bears to grasp onto. Of course, with us seeing us still in between the two levels, we're looking for a breakout. This could just go back above and close again above CDO, and that would be more indecision. That'd be a lot of fun. Not really. Damn, I hate when my friends talk about Chick-fil-A early. That shit gets me so hungry. That's the one place you could talk about early in the morning and I will get hungry. I hate when they do that. Chick-fil-A is so good. I don't know if that's just like a southern thing, like being that addicted to Chick-fil-A, but I swear it's that good. I'm not even overhyping. I'm sorry, the market's boring. I gotta talk about something else. Guys, spies indecisive. Like, you guys know this. You don't need to hear that. You know it just as well as I do. Okay, wait. Misi answered. Hold up. Love mason jars. Organic bananas, blueberries, pineapple, oatmeal. Oh, there's a lot. Oh, that sounds so good, though. It sounds like somewhat healthy, right? Isn't aloe vera, like, really good for you? Butter. I love butter. Oh, peanut butter. I read that wrong. And almond milk. Okay. That looked really good. I'm not gonna lie. It almost looked like a cookies and cream smoothie on the outside. Oh, yo. Here is something I haven't ever asked y'all. I thought about it the other day. So we've already asked about, like, everybody's favorite color. Like, we've basically gone on a date together, everybody. I know everything about you now. But the only thing I don't know about you is what is your favorite ice cream? Please do not just say vanilla. We're breaking up if you say vanilla. Personally, mine's chocolate. Oh, wait. Chocolate chip cookie dough is pretty damn good. Not gonna lie. Green Candlestick said chocolate malted crunch, a Thrifty brand. That sounds insane. That sounds so good. Mansion said unflavored for me. You're wild. He's just like, what's the most wild answer I could think of? Unflavored ice cream. Butter pecan or cookies and cream, not bad answers. Coffee, cherry chip. Wow, I don't know if I've heard of that one. That one sounds crazy too. Yo, Green, Chuck in chat just said Thrifty's chocolate chip. Yeah, both said a Thrifty brand. I don't even know what Thrifty is. I gotta try this out. Ashton Kutcher said, howdy BB gang, cookies and cream supremacy. I like it. Butterscotch. I think that's my mom's favorite ice cream. Or no, it's butter pecan. He knows what's up. You missing out, brother. Tried to have me. Is it only in some states? I don't even know if I've ever heard of it. Or maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about. I was literally just in the grocery store yesterday, too. Thrifty brand ice cream. It's West Coast. Lame. It is West Coast. That sucks. Oh, wait. Northern Mexico and southwestern United States. Hold up. I'm about to find if Thrifty exists down here. It does. Okay, I just don't have my eyes open when I go in the store, I guess. Yeah, no, it's in Texas. Cherry Garcia. It's called Cherry Garcia? From Ben and Jerry Hits. Oh, wait, that might actually be its name. I know they like to do unique names. I'm a health nut, not gonna lie. I blend the aloe vera and freeze in an ice. There's nothing wrong with being a health nut. I think maybe like 10 years ago, health nuts were like crazy to people, like most people. But I think nowadays health nuts are considered to be like kind of geniuses now. Like, yeah, what you do is probably tedious, but you're probably going to live a lot longer and healthier and happier than, you know, people that don't give a shit. But I think more people understand that now. So I don't think we consider you a health nut. I think I just consider you smart. An ice cube tray. That's funny. We are still under current day open. I know you guys are so excited about that. While we sit here and talk about our favorite ice cream. Get you some chocolate malted crunch. If you don't like it, I'll refund you, bet. I'm gonna get it, say I don't like it, get refunded, use that money to go buy more. That stonks. Wait, Ryan, did you take another one? He did the 90% back up. You're wild. Oh, cherry chocolate chip. Damn, that actually sounds crazy. Ryan, why are you spamming? Oh, never mind. Notice that we spent some time battling that 525-80 area. Yeah, it's definitely not fun. That's for sure. I genuinely just believe it's because of like how we ended yesterday. We kind of like grinded up, held up to here, held up to. You can see there's like very common resistance about in that area you're talking about, or common Zabor. Sorry, reading it backwards. Yeah, I'm honestly glad I set my game plan like this now. In hindsight, it was a very good idea. Because this is nothing special. Very good moves, don't get me wrong, if you're a scalper on smaller time frames than even this, on like 1, 2, or 3 minute. Very good opportunities, very quick ones. Into lows, into highs, but beyond that, really nothing. So, I'm not here to down the scalpers that have been killing this, because it hasn't been completely worthless. Alright, now I truly have no more questions for y'all because I know what your favorite colors are, and now I know what your favorite ice cream is, so we're basically getting married after this. Easy Money 321, that is a good ass name. Still struggling. The dotted line, by the way, if anybody doesn't know, is today's open. It is a big pivot point that we like to focus on in this community, and we are struggling with it. This is actually the most struggle we've seen under today's open all day. They haven't closed that many candles under it at all. I just kind of like to use it as like a reference point, really. What's my favorite colored ice cream? Yeah, combine all the questions now. React. It'd be like that though. It'd be like that. It might not though. If this is the 90% back up, this will probably hold a higher low. And then work back above today's open. So, I mean, it's kind of more 50-50 here now than when you were looking at it. So, I don't know. I feel like you're not dumb for not sitting in it now. Should have waited for a close over to get out. We move on. Yeah, but it was a good idea though. You weren't completely just shooting in the dark. Gotta run, BB. Thanks for the stream, brother. Thank you, For Profit. For Profit is a legend. Thank you, man. Always good seeing you in here. What does it mean when the market is making lower highs and higher lows? That is the definition of a squeeze. Essentially meaning that you're looking at a big 50-50. Now, I'm a little bit more than that, though. I'm like 60-40 right here, because we're under today's open. And like we said 20-30 minutes ago, this is the most we've seen under today's open. I think I just said that again just recently again. So, I don't know. I'm more 60% bearish, 40% bullish here, just because of the amount of struggle under today's open. But to answer your question, that would be a squeeze. Cake or pie? Cake. I am not a pie person. I know you might not want to hear that, but I actually do not like pie at all. I think there's been a couple types of pies that I liked, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm just not a pie guy. I don't know if it's the texture or if it's like the pies I've had. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't been on a good pie. I don't know. Cake all the way. Now the real question should be cake or a cookie cake. That should be the question. That's a big one. He said pumpkin pie cheesecake. Boom. Combined it all. Can't hate that. It's got everything. He said don't make it complicated. Yeah, dude. I was always one of those kids growing up that if I ever got to have like a cake, which it wasn't every birthday that I would get one, but I would always ask for a cookie cake. I didn't even care if I got an actual birthday party. I at least wanted the cookie cake. I didn't even care if people showed up. I at least wanted that. That was a good trade-off for a couple of my birthdays where we didn't have too much money. Stuck to the stop I set, so not upset at it. 100% react. I like it too, because you stuck to what you planned. You're not over here doing random things. And if it does go on without it, whatever, that's going to happen. I like to call that slippage. That's just going to happen. But you stuck to what you planned, and that's the only consistent thing we can truly do. And we both know this isn't a truly favorable setup, so I mean, we both know the risk here. The awareness is there. Cornish pasty. Oh, I forgot. Jack's actually British. He can say these things. He's actually from, you know, over there. Across that huge lake, dude. Steak and kidney, cheese and onion. Yeah, y'all are different over there, I'm gonna be honest. I'm glad you're in Canada, I'll say that much. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. If Jason was here, he would be... No, he'd probably agree with me, actually. Never mind. Might be pushing a new low of day soon. 30-minute close red. That's probably the time frame I should have just been sitting on, huh? Garden Trader brought it up earlier, too. He said, believe me, I'm happier in Canada. There are a lot of people from like England and Britain and all that. Are there a lot of people from there, like in your area? Because I know I had a friend like Blink. Like Blink's Ukrainian, and his family moved to Canada, and he's in kind of an area where it's just like a lot of Ukrainians. So I'm wondering, like, are you in an area like? Did you go to an area where there's like a lot of? He said, actually, yeah. Okay, cool. There it is, new low of day. Good call it, Ryan. We'll see if it sticks this time. But a good sign to actually see it be made. Like I said, I think just the context of seeing this and then seeing this is definitely making me more bearish. Like, that's it. That's all I'm going off of. I'm not going off of anything else. Good bearish hammer at today's open. So, I mean... Took its sweet time, though. I mean, look at this. It came down, did all of this... Then it went back up. Then it started dropping. It's a lot of indecision here. I wouldn't say it's a special move, but it's nice to see some movement finally. Did that make sense to everybody? Us getting context and all that stuff? Like, does me saying that make sense? I don't even know if it does or not, but hopefully it does. Because I feel like that's something I've gone over a lot here recently, as well just in the past, because it really is like a good way to go between the levels. It's just kind of like telling the story of the chart. I know it sounds kind of stupid, but the more you talk out loud to yourself, you're gonna sound crazy, But it's just so helpful. Actually going off of something, not just like, oh, I think it's bearish. You're like actually able to set like accurate levels of intuition for yourself based on what you have in front of you. I'm not saying trade off of your intuition every trade, but you can definitely see how it gives you a little bit of an edge sometimes. Not guessing, but more of like a calculated approach. That's weird. I don't even know what you would call that. Oh my god, we actually moved and made it to a different level. Yes. Ugh. I feel like I just worked out watching that move. Got like stretch and everything. Alright, I guess I'll zoom out a little bit more. Actually see what's going on here. Move it up like that. Now the only thing I don't have marked off that does give me a little bit of concern is this level right here. So we'll keep this on watch if it does crack that next level. Getting a little bounce slightly above the control point of previous day low to today's high. Okay, wait, that makes sense, drawing that. Like, drew it in my head. Let's see what we get here. Weak bullish volume. Do you guys listen to music while you trade? I know there's music on the stream, of course, but do you guys like listen to your own music at all while you trade, or you just kind of sit there? Or what is y'all's approach while you're sitting here? What do you do while you're sitting here? I'm just curious. Usually you do. He says, I just sit in depression. He said, just kidding. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tobias. Good to see you, man. If you hear something, this is my phone being plugged in. You just listen? Your voice is sweet. I always have music playing on my Lovaldo. I like the background noise. That's good, yeah. You just hang out and relax. I think I'm different every day. There's some days where I'm listening to music while I'm talking to y'all, and then there's days I'm listening to absolutely nothing except my fan in the background. And then there's the rare occasion where I talk to someone in Discord and listen to the music with you on stream. If I'm home, I make sun catchers. I found keeping my hands busy and helps prevent bad. Oh, that's smart. Just kind of making yourself busy, even if it's something just for fun, or if it is something to be productive, that's cool too. Bong rips and lo-fi, chef's kiss. 432 hertz music. Has anybody seen that Monkey Man movie yet? That movie is amazing. I finally watched it this weekend. I had to pay to rent it. I was like, I can't wait. It was so damn good. I don't know why that made me think of that. Nah, you're good, Mel. You had to step out, but there's gonna be more opportunity. Was Monkey Man good? Yeah, dude. I might even be overhyping it, but I thought it was 10 out of 10. I forgot what tweet. There was like a tweet or a post or something I saw someone send me, or that I saw it somewhere. I don't remember. But I saw something that made me like motivated to go see it. Let me try to find it. Oh, that was why I watched it, because the guy who made it is the guy who acted in it. Duh. I was trying to look at that. But he broke his hand, like, pretty bad, too. Not, like, just a basic break, like some Tom Cruise break. Like, he broke it really bad, like, shattered part of his hand, I think. And instead of putting a cast on or, like, editing over it, I think he just went throughout the film doing it. But there was something about him, like, going to his trailer and doing something, like 30 retakes or something. I couldn't remember what it was, but some crazy fact about the movie, and I was like, I just gotta see this. But yeah, you should definitely watch it when it's more available. But that dude has been trying to make that movie since the lockdown of COVID. That whole lockdown, like, screwed him. Because he was doing his own thing. So there's, like, 50 producers on this movie. But he was, like, the main dude who did it. He did, like, 90% of the work for the movie. And he wasn't bad. It was really good. Those are always pretty cool movies when you have like one dude running almost everything, because it ends up being pretty decent. Or it's super bad and like it's never in between. There's never a medium movie like that. Wasn't bad though. The Prestige too. I watched that this weekend. That was so damn good. I forgot how good that movie is. With Bale and the guy who plays Wolverine. That is one of the craziest movies you'll ever watch. It's just about like magicians and stuff, but it goes a lot deeper than that. It even has it even has Tesla in it. Nikola Tesla. I mean, not the real one, of course. Tobias, are you trying to say something with that chart? He's gonna be like, read it. Going to get Starbucks back at 10. See you, Mel. Be safe. A lot of idiots on the road, man. Be safe. You're loading up? I figured. Misi said put some sunglasses on then. Oh my god, Nox. Shit. That's one of the best ways, or best lines from that whole series. Omar's coming, Omar's coming. God, Omar was like the coolest character in that entire show. I gotta rewatch that. This was good. That, Breaking Bad, and Sopranos. Those three. Is this another Hidden Bearish retest, Garden Trader? I'm confirming with the most accurate source right now. Oh! Just typed into chat saying, another midterm retest after the full retest of current day open. These happen all the time. I just didn't see them. I saw you typing, I was like, wait. I know what this can be. Ah, perfect eye for that. You're going to start seeing it. You probably already do, but you're going to start seeing it more and more without even drawing the fib. You'll just start seeing it. Like right here. This should, like, without you guys drawing the fib, you should know that that is rejecting at least 50 or golden pocket of that dip. We know that much. But again, we won't know that though if we aren't practicing it. So you probably see it, but not everyone will. We need to see the flush of 525.20 for this to truly give bears a better chance at moving lower. But they've done really good under today's open. I would say since this break, it has been a complete bearish hold. This was kind of meh. This was very ideal. And this is a little bit more ideal. We just don't have the break under, so it doesn't look as good yet. But the rejection there is ideal. IWM, I will switch to that. Oh, y'all got a really good move on IWM. Wow. I know Carter and React are probably all over this. Ah, I shouldn't have switched off of it, man. It did like the same thing as SPY, but in my opinion, this looked a lot better than SPY for a lot longer. Very, very good post React and Carter. Y'all were definitely all over this. Even if you didn't get your trades on it, it doesn't matter. This y'all's call outs on the price action was perfect. You watch it again. Yeah, there's no problem with that. Y'all's call outs though were perfect. Even if you're not going to get the trade, get the rep. Your 3K is moving the mark. Oh, on SMR. By the way, if you guys are actually watching a bugged chart, I don't recommend doing this on a lot of charts. But if you are actually looking at a bugged chart and it is actually annoying you, you can actually click correct this bar and adjust the candle to where it's not, you know, like this. I wouldn't do that too much though. My bad, JJ. Was I talking about the midterm retest? Is that what we were talking about? I was looking at two different chats. Oh, that's only 3 minutes ago. I didn't miss you by too much. Okay. Oh, so first, before I show you it, I want you to go to this post, but let me find it first. It was by Garden Trader. It was a literal perfect example. And then I'm going to show you the next one, so we can do the next one together. 1 second, though. Garden, where did you post that one? Oh, wait, was that in the voice chat thing? Oh, no, you just typed it. Hold up. Okay, so, in the voice chat channel where you just typed to me just now, if you scroll up right there at 10:03 a.m., Garden Trader 13 said, hidden retest from CDO to recent slowdown. Right? So let's tack that one together, and then we'll do the next one. So from current day open, right? Now this is something you can do on pretty much any break, but it's not going to help every time, if that makes sense. And that's why I'm looking for more context. I'm like, oh, there's not much struggle here. Now there is, right? So now I'm like, okay, well, there's definitely bears here. So basically what she said is from the break of current day open to where we went down and slowed down, we were looking for rejection here, right? And we were kind of getting one after two different indecisive candles. So this was looking really good, and this is why you probably saw someone like React and a couple other people look for more scalps, because this is bearish. This is very bearish. What did it do after, though? It went up, and it did want to go smack that current day open. So we didn't get the perfect midterm retest like we were wanting here, right? So that's what we were kind of looking at. So there's that one, right? And that one didn't really work out, but you could see how it would have helped you out later on. So moving on from that one. So now let's look at this one. This is what we were talking about just now, is from this one. So you see how we went up and smacked that level. Now I'm going from this high to this low where the buyer came in. Remember, I'm just going to where they finally showed up. I'm basically just marking the drop, the entire drop of the recent move from a notable level. We're not just marking every single drop. We're not marking every single jump. Only the ones that are notable, right? It broke current day open. This is the move that's retesting current day open now. So the break of it didn't really get a good retest. Now we're looking for, did the retest give a good lower high? And that's kind of what we're at right now, is this rejecting a good part of the chart? And that's why I said, even without drawing that fib, you should be able to see that we are rejecting at least halfway of that move. You know, even if you have this unmarked like this, you should kind of be able to see, okay, you know, this is about 50% of that move, or close to it, even if you're not, you know, so perfect on looking at it. Oh, whoops. Undo that, yeah. So this is the fib that we're currently looking at. This would be what we're trying to see as a midterm retest. So it's not perfect, but basically if we see continued rejection of this, it's more bearish. So will we get a straight drop? Who knows? Will we get more range trading and it just sits here all day and then maybe towards the end of the day it closes back above? Who knows? These scenarios also exist too. It's not going to be perfect. Nothing is. But basically what you're doing is just finding a move that is bearish or finding a move that is bullish. In this case it's bearish, so it's not, you know, we're not marking up. But it's just finding the hidden retest. That's all this is. That's what Garden Trader's looking for. And also, I want to add that this is less probability because what are we still inside of, guys? Our game plan. I have yet to see a break above this. I have yet to see a break below this. So technically, we're still ranging based on the game plan we set this morning. But inside of the range, this is still good to look at. Because again, current day open is a notable level. It's a very important pivot point of the day. Whoever holds this holds the trend most likely for that day. Again, all this is intraday of that day, same day. Made a bet with myself. When SPY flushes, I will stop walking on treadmill. It's been 1 hour and I'm still waiting. Damn, you are losing some calories today then, for sure. Burning calories. I guess that's pretty healthy, but man, that would suck to get in a sideways market for the next 2 weeks and then you're just stuck on that treadmill. Do you go to sleep after? Like when the market closes? That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm out. Came in, bought the dip, put a stop on that, and once again, it was a pleasure. See you later, Tobias. Thank you, thank you. And good question, JJ. If you ever feel like you're asking me something that I've gone over a lot, you're not. If we ever need to talk about retest, I'm always more than happy to, because I believe this is the most powerful aspect of our system, retest. And I think the hidden retest is the most powerful. I think a lot of people overlook them. I think even when people understand what they're looking at when they see a midterm retest, they still overlook them. That is why I call it the hidden retest, because it's right in front of our faces. It's really not hidden at all. It should be called the ignored retest. But the concept is really easy to understand because you just find a break of something notable, and then of that break, what do you get? Right? If I get a calculated retest, I take it. If I don't, then it's not as clear cut for me. And it's just nice to know that before you can even take those not as clear cut trades, but at least you know it's not as clear. Whereas before, you might take a trade and be like, well, why did it reverse on me randomly? I thought this was very high probability. What the hell? You know, at least you have that understanding of like, okay, this isn't as good of a setup as it could be. Like this one. This is kind of a mid setup. Like it's a good retest. It's at a good portion, but we haven't broken anything. I'm still waiting to break 520, right? Saying we broke today's open really isn't that special considering we've done that multiple times. Now, this is the best we've looked under today's open, for sure. But it does still add into the fact that we've had some struggle today on both sides. And that's very important to call out. Some people might even be like, well, that's dumb, that's boring, you know, that's not entertaining. It's not fun to say it's not going to do anything. Yeah, it's not, but that's the reality. And whenever things aren't doing anything, that's very hard to trade. So today would be one of those not as clear-cut days in my opinion. But like I said, I do really like this move from here to here just because there's a lot more sign of struggle under today's open than what we've seen previously. You know, we opened, dropped, pick back up, drop, pick back up, drop, no new low, pick back up, no new high, drop back down again, no new low. Now, this is the best we've looked under today's open. But even then, you know, even if a put looks so clear to you and you get into the put and then it doesn't drop, you know, it's like, okay, what gets you out if it doesn't drop? You need to have an invalidation even when that doesn't work. But let's see though. I do hope you guys get your drop under 525 because I know some of you guys are still sitting in some shorts on different tickers. I think IWM is also in the same exact kind of conversation as SPY right now, but in my opinion, a lot more clear of a picture because it dropped under support and has only maintained lower highs. There hasn't been any back and forth with them. It looks ugly right here. There has been some back and forth, but it's not making new highs, making new lows, making new highs, making new lows. Like it's actually sticking to a lower high trend and dropping. So I'd say IWM is a little bit more clear today. Which, do I even have levels under that? Okay, we do. We just don't have a lot. Oh, we need to mark that gap fill. What am I doing? And let's mark that low. And let's make these dotted lines so in the future we know that these aren't emerging candles or something that I had set here for a long time. Oops, didn't mean to do that. There we go. So if it does drop more, we know that that's the low of that one red candle, and we know that this is the bottom of that gap fill. So now we know it's here. If you guys want to see some really cool posts, check out the trade floor. My boy Liam went in there. Riak, I just saw what you said. Yo, we claim him down here in the south. I don't know, we just talked about that, but LOL, the more you see it, the more you know. 100%, 100%. And that's what we're trying to do, is really just, in a vague way, we're trying to see these opportunities, collect what we, collect our experiences, basically, and then try to really optimize what we want to do from there. And that's why I talk about trade logs a lot, because you're kind of doing the same thing with trade logs. You're collecting a bunch of data on yourself, and then you got to kind of sift through it and see, all right, what needs to be fixed here? He was just at your college yesterday? That's crazy. How is he everywhere all at the same time? Well, I guess it depends. Where do you go to college at? Yeah, he's blown up. That's for sure. He's a character. He's blowing up at the perfect time, though, because the Texans are actually looking like we're going to do some damage. I'm excited about next season. What am I reading? From London to Greenville, North Carolina. Oh, my bad. What do I think of JJ McCarthy? The quarterback? Sucks he's on the Vikings. I wish he wasn't on the Vikings. I feel bad for Minnesota fans, honestly. They keep investing into just short-term crap. That's something the Texans kept doing for the longest time. I'm not saying he's crap. I think he's good. I think he's going to do great for y'all if you're a Minnesota fan. He's good. But I just hate how the Vikings do certain players. Like, y'all invest in getting a quarterback, but it's like, who's he throwing it to? Every year, y'all delete more and more offensive weapons. It's like the Patriots, after Tom Brady started winning more. It's like every new year, he started having less and less weapons. It's like, where's all this money going? No, I'm not hating on the Vikings. Yes, I know y'all have JJ and Addison, but next year y'all are going to lose one of them. Then the next year you're going to lose another one of them. Y'all are literally deleting player after player. And it sucks because I like Hawkinson. I don't really like JJ as much, but he's an insane player. But Hawkinson's crazy. I don't know. I know that the Texans used to do that, and that was even when they sucked. It's like you're losing more and more people every year. But I hope really good things for your quarterback because he's not a bad player. Not at all. That was probably one of my more favorite quarterbacks from that latest draft. Yeah, I got a steal, though, so that's good. Yo, you know who we should really feel bad for? The Jets fans. Oh, you do have all those guys till 2027? I'm pretty sure y'all lose one of them pretty soon. But I wasn't meaning them. I'm just saying, like, that's how the Vikings have been working. Like, every year y'all have just been cutting people. And switching out systems and, like, I don't know. I don't like when a team goes from one quarterback to another quarterback and then switches their system up completely. Because it's like, it's a rebuild of its own. It's not even like the team's fault. They just have to get used to certain things. You've given up on predicting quarterbacks out of the draft. It's a coin flip. Yeah, for real. Look at the Panthers quarterback from last year. Yeah, like Cousins. Like, and I'm not saying I was the biggest Cousins fan. I really wasn't, but it's like one year you'll have Thielen and Cousins, and then next year you just have Cousins, and the next year you have no one. It's like, what the hell? I also don't like that Justin Jefferson's turning into the next, I can't even think of his name. Antonio Brown. He's like turning into the next Antonio Brown. The world revolves around him. Is he that good? Yes. Sadly. He is that good. But, I don't know. People who think like that turn it into like a Odell Beckham type of player. They just like stop making those highlight plays. You'll see like glimpses of insanity from them here and there, but it just like start to fall off more. And I hate to say that because I like Justin Jefferson, but he is kind of turning into that kind of player. I hope he does too. I hope he continues to destroy the field. He's an insane player. I always find it funny on the end of like replays when those receivers catch those huge plays, and then they'll just like they'll show them and they're like barely breathing. It's like, what? It could have kept going. Okay, this is a very awkward candle here because you have like a candle holding it, and then you got another candle breaking with a wick under as well. So this is just an awkward approach to this level. I think it's with what we said earlier. Do you guys remember when we went over here and we were talking about this over here? I think it's just because we're stuck inside of that. To obvious people, they're going to be looking at this hill, or Eve, I should say. While we are looking at that. So, oh. So it has room to go back up and hit this again. Vikings versus Texans, September 22nd. Oh, hell yes. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Did you see the, I forgot what my friend's called it. It's like the difficulty and schedule. Like, who has the hardest schedule, basically. There's some pretty interesting ones up there. The Chiefs just, year after year, getting the easiest schedule of their lives. I'm kind of excited to see Lamar and Stroud play against each other, to be honest. The Ravens and Texans matchup is going to be hopefully one of the best games. But who knows? It'll be 3-7 or something most likely. Are they going to drop this or hold this? The world may never know. Alexis said, if bears can bring this to pre-market low, I'll be Gucci. Fair to say it can hold this level. It can try. It's in an area where it can hold. I've already said it can hold here and go smack 525.88 again, but it's very indecisive here. If you look very closely, you'll actually see that red candle is actually inside of the previous green candle, just by a hair on each side. So it is very indecisive here. And then you kind of have this candle, another, you know, indecisive. Daffy, thank God. What's up, Daffy? It's always a blessing when you're here. What kind of hair? I can't say. I'm from construction. We would say a certain type of hair, but no, it's just a hair. A very thin hair. Yeah, on my chart, the dollar looks like it's ready to fall through the floor, but a good retake over 104.175 can still happen. Basically 104.20. If that can get over that, still a good chance they can work back up, but without that, they look like they could just flush under this recent low, which we did draw this, I think, the week or two before, just because it wasn't part of our original levels. This level here. Very interesting, though. At least on that time frame. And we got the dollar trying to push lower, so that could help SPY try to hold that level. We'll see, though. Good call out, Daffy. Okay, so Ryan's heard the audio. That one's pretty funny. Could be giving a daily IB. It definitely could be. And remember, guys, we are already in the lunch hours in New York. We're in lunch hours in Central, just about. You have back-to-back inside bars on the 5-minute at support. Bears are basically betting on a new low. That's it. Bulls are probably begging to go smack 525.88 if they can hold this support. If not, this is probably flooding back down to 524.40. That fib extension. Very crucial spot here, though, and you could definitely tell just by price action alone. Back-to-back inside bar, very indecisive candle here. the loss and retake of support. Apple's trying to push up. Good job. Could call it by React. All right, serious conversation time, everybody. And I'm not asking for specifics. I just want to get some idea of what everyone's doing. But have you guys been progressing with your account? Have you been losing a lot more? Have you been winning a lot more? Do you feel like you're just kind of in the middle stage of kind of just trying to find yourself and how you want to trade? Has your account been taking a hit? Has your account been growing? I'm not really asking for numbers. I don't really want to know that. But I ask this because I'm kind of doing something right now that I think would help a lot of you. But I just want to see where everyone's at first before I go on. I don't want to talk about two things at once. Excuse me. Alright, so we're getting some answers in here now. Win percentage is better, but I keep effing myself with big losses, so I keep setting myself back. Up, down, just like the market. Still building confidence. I'm slightly growing account, but staying even. Overall, the account has taken a hit, but my setup selections have been extremely better. It's just managing them correctly. Daffy said sizing equals mini contracts. Losing. Small size doing well. I'm still up and down. And actually, Daffy actually just tacked onto the point that I'm about to start talking about. Chuck said, I'm still up and down. Over trading, getting out when I'm supposed to. Red/green. Okay, so it looks like a lot of you guys are kind of on the same page. Which I guess is a good thing. But not at the same time. Let's see here. It's been building more lately than losing. Okay, well that's something. Again, any kind of progression is better than anything. You quitting is not progression. Slowly progression, but not significantly substantial, not sizing as much, trying to get more confident with bigger size. Okay, so you're on like a next step kind of thing. You're past getting consistent. Now you're trying to grow. New account is progressing, better with cutting losses and taking profits. Good job, E. And yeah, I'm not looking for perfect people in here. I'm not looking for complete idiots. I'm asking for everybody. I know I know we all struggle. I know that. Increasing cons after confidence, then not managing the losers properly. Susan says up and down, overall down, small. Okay. All right, so let's go into my next thing I want to talk about, and this is perfect for for pretty much everybody who just answered. I was gonna say this is a good scenario for people who are seeing progression but not growing their account. So, lost a little bad habit, no problem. Let me read Discord real quick. A few wins, more losses lately. Okay. All right, so this is, again, let me start over. This is mainly for people who are struggling, but not with finding consistency. Like, you're able to find winners. You're not just losing. If you're just losing, there's a whole other conversation for you. But if you're kind of in the mix, which it looks like a lot of you are giving me that same answer in some way, shape, or form with the winning and the losing. By the way, Bulls, wild return with that 525 hold. Nice open higher on the next candle. But something that I'm doing right now, and I think would help a few of you as well, it's kind of a fun little challenge in a way too. So try to think about it in that way. Don't think about it as like anything more than that, or you'll feel the pressure of it, is kind of how I think, at least. But using a smaller amount, right? It's not, and I know you guys are gonna be like, oh, here we go with this shit again. But I'm not joking. Like, using a smaller amount, like using just a $500 account and just testing yourself and seeing what you can do with it, one contract at a time, you know, one trade at a time, it challenges you to be as patient and perfect as possible, which is wrong. You don't want to be perfect. You're never going to be perfect. We're not. Even computers aren't perfect. I was going to say you want to be like a computer, but even computers make mistakes. We literally just saw... here, you guys want to see a computer mistake? Here's a computer mistake. Here's a computer mistake. Like, these are computer mistakes. But overall, we're not going to ever be perfect, right? So a really cool way to challenge yourself is using smaller amounts. Now, if you ever go back to my staircase video, or even workshop 11, somewhere in there I talk about the staircase method. The first step of the staircase method is always around using one contract. Seeing what, and let me just say this in short so I don't like go too long, but just seeing what damage you can do with one contract plays. What can you do? What's the fullest extent of your trading? You know, what can you actually do? So I want to start seeing more of you take boring, simple trades. Is how I'm gonna word it, because that is what they are to a lot of you. But take these boring, simple trades. See what you can do over time, right? As you grow. And I'm not talking about your account. I'm talking about yourself. As you grow, as you start to take more consistent wins, as you start to take more of these similar trades where you're probably taking the same setup every time, but it doesn't look the same every time. You know, retest trades, they don't always look the same, right? But maybe that's what you're focused on. Breakout trades, they don't look the same every time, but maybe that's what you're focused on. You know, whatever it may be, whatever you're focused on, stick with it. Limit yourself to that, right? And that's what this little challenge does, is it limits you to trying to only take the best setups, right? And by doing that, you'll in turn also realize, okay, wow, I need to try to keep my losses small. So, and that's kind of like a no shit thing, but when you're making $200 and then you're losing $300, it's like, what am I doing? How are you even able to do that, right? I just got done explaining earlier, we are in direct control of how much we put at risk in the market, right? So let's say I have a $500 account and I risk $400 in a trade, right? That's 80% of the account, right? If I lose $100 of that 400, I've now just lost 20% of the account. So how many more trades can I do if I was to do that every single time? 4 more, right? That's not that many chances, right? So we need to optimize that math a little bit better. Joyful, are you in the voice chat or in the stream? Is that why you're answering me? Okay, you are. Personally, I'm never going to tell you what's better. There's no such thing as what's better. Futures, options, equity, commodities. There's no such thing as what's better. It's just what you get used to and what you try to be consistent with. So, I mean, a lot of us in here are more focused on options. But there's no problem with looking at those. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, no, those are stupid. Don't trade those. That's why you suck. Like, no, that's not why. That has nothing to do with it. My problem is right direction, but tight stop means not enough confidence. Exactly what Leland just said. That's why I'm not biased. I don't like to tell people futures are dumb when I trade options more. I don't like when people tell me futures are better when all they trade is futures, because that's just bias. There's no such thing as what's better. But I challenge each and every one of you to copy a trade log of mine if you want. Get your own trade log. But I challenge you, and maybe I'll make a new channel for this if y'all want, or we can just put it somewhere we already have. But I challenge you to share your trade log with me. And I challenge you to have a smaller sized account, $500 or less. I challenge you. I challenge you to try to just take one trade every day or one trade every other day. I challenge you to be as limited as possible. And you might think, Bueller, this isn't going to help me. I need more opportunity. No, you don't. You need less opportunity. You taking more opportunity is exactly why you're experiencing this up and down, is because you're not finding any consistency in yourself or your system. Your system works, and you're not dumb. That's why you're finding some success sometimes. You want to find it more times than not? Limit yourself to only those moments when it pops up. If you're taking every single breakout, that's not going to help you at all. Limit yourself. But I challenge each and every one of you. If you want to take this challenge, you want to share it with me, fine. I'd be more than happy to look over it and watch you as you go. Because I know how it can feel when you're just kind of doing it on your own. It's very easy to stray away and just be like, nah, fuck this, I ain't doing this. I challenge you. I challenge each and every one of you who just answered me with their I'm mixed on my results answer. But right now, guys, we are of that bearish fib right now. The breakdown of today's open right here. Let me go back and highlight this. This is a bearish hammer against a today's open level. So that's bearish, right? Of that, from the high to the low of that first buyer move, we've now retested, made a new low. Didn't really make a huge profitable move. I'm sure scalps did fine on that, but nothing crazy is what I'm going to say. A lot of the decision popped up at that first area, popping back up to that same fib again. So we're right back to square one, basically, of a bearish fib. So should still be bearish under 526.10. But any pop over this, and the fact that we've even done this, honestly, already gives me a little bit more sign of caution that, well, more buyers can show up soon. So just kind of keep that in the back of your head. So still in the bearish retest, but right a part of the chart where that buyers do have a better chance. Right? If we just gave this candle off right here, I would not be saying that right now. But we didn't get a candlestick pattern yet, so we don't have anything there. Linwood said, paper trading only, progressing with serious trades, get bored easily and take ignorant paper trades. So wait, are you saying that you're taking your, like, how should I put it? I'm not trying to, like, attack you when I say this, Linwood. I'm just trying to word it right. Are you saying you take, like, your toxic habits or whatever and you just put that into paper trades because, you know, you can get your bullshit out, essentially, out that way? And then when you do take your real account, you're trying to just take the most serious, most broken down, prepared game plans. Is that what I'm reading? Like, you're just focusing on your serious trades, and then whenever you feel like just kind of getting the BS out of the lotto side of you out, you're doing it on paper. Am I reading that right? I hope that came out right. I'm very bad with words. And my voice is going out. Again. By the way, just a cool little tip, if you are actually trying to take a live trade off of this fib ever, a really cool trading technique is doing all the charting stuff here. And then if you're actually going to take a live trade, and please only listen to this if you are actually going to, trade live, is take your live trades on this time frame when you've done all the work on the other time frames. Come down to here and follow the same rules. If you're like, I'm going to follow 1 minute breakouts of this, and I'm going to stick to my stop loss above the high of that candle, stick to it. Stick to closed candles of that 1 minute. Give yourself that little bit of time. But just understand you are on the 1 minute. It's just for quick moves only. So you're not looking to get into this trade and then hold one contract all the way to here. No, you'd probably sell it into this low. Just like you would if you were on the 5 minute. And if you want to do that with multiple contracts, you can. That's how you use the staircase method. But it's a pretty cool thing you could do. But no exit outside of that area yet. Actually, on the 5 minute, it looks like it wants to just launch. But we'll see. And you'll see that in a lot of the live trade videos from me, from Leland, from pretty much most of the videos in that live trade series and that other playlist. I will not short it here, at least in the IWM 50 minute. Is that an anomaly, low volume, big candle? I don't have my volume on React, but if you do in fact have a big candle but small volume, that can be. Meaning that could be a weak candle. And kind of the opposite. I like seeing the opposite a lot more. Like if you see a small candle like this holding a support, and there's just a huge spike in volume, that just means there was a huge fight there, and that most likely bulls are holding, because it's showing that bullish hammer. But like I said earlier, it's that carrot, right? Like it went down, then it went up, right? Oops. I didn't draw it right. Like this. There we go. The carrot. And see if you're going off. Let's just go off that trade idea. You'd still technically be in your trade because you got no candle close over this high. And decent short-term structure breaking, but no candle close yet. You're just still looking for candle closing. Why am I hearing Siri? When did I say Siri at all? Did anyone in here hear me say Siri? Also, I just said her name 3 times in a row. She didn't respond once, but she responded to something, I guess, that sounded like her name. Very interesting. My phone's like not even near me and I'm hearing this. Okay. Putting that over here. Do you think it's, I said cheery? No, live trades. I quit live trades. Okay. My bad. I did read that wrong. I get emotional with paper, but it's too easy to revenge trade on paper. If I can't control on paper, there's no risk risking on live. No, I 100% agree. Which, that's very grown-up of you to say, because I feel like there's people who are... It doesn't matter what age you are. People are the same, no matter what age. When it comes to this, at least. Is, like... They'll lie, you know. It's like they'll go and they'll trade in their paper accounts and they'll do horrible. They'll just do lotto trading, which I think a lot of us have done that, you know, just for fun here and there. But sorry, I started reading the "Are you serious?" comments, and now I'm starting to realize we did actually say her name, its name. Back to what Linwood was saying though. Like, that's very grown-up of you, because I feel like a lot of people get into a paper account, take those lotto trades, and then they go into a live account, and it's like they lie to themselves. It's like, no, I didn't do all that. I'm going to totally be different when I get in my real account, I swear. I'll totally be different. They lie to themselves, they get into that real account, they lose money. You know, it's like same chaotic routine over and over again. We've all been there. We've all lost money. But... it's just good to know, like, if you are actually serious about this, if you do take paper trades, or you do I would take mental trades, you know? I hate taking paper trades, but if it does help you, cool. But mental trades really help me, because you can do them all the time. You know, I can mentally tell myself, let's say I'm in a put from this candle because it closed under. Let's say I'm just taking the most riskiest open range breakout, right? Just barely closed under. I'm like, but I'm not getting out unless it pops that golden pocket or pops this candle's high. You know, then stick to it. You know, stick to that mental trade and be like, all right, I'm technically shorting this. If it drops, I'm going to take profit some into this low. Let's pretend I have extra contract. Let's try to make it to this couple levels down here where all these candles have consolidated. Let's try to make one target here, second target down here somewhere, you know? So just like doing that and doing that as much as you can is very helpful. But try not to do it in unrealistic ways, you know, and that's very hard to do because it's kind of hard to separate when you're trying to learn, but make it realistic. Like, you wouldn't sit here and be like, I'd buy calls right here on this wick. Like, no, the hell you wouldn't. You would probably wait till there's a pop and there's a higher low showing itself. Then you would go off of something else you see. You know, maybe you get this one way over here. You know, I could maybe believe that. But buying this candle, hell no, you're not doing that. You know, shorts may be taking profits into that low. I could totally see that, you know, but not buying that with calls. You wouldn't do that. That's impossible. That'd just be very random of you. So, that's another thing. Be realistic with yourself when you take mental trades, paper trades, even your real trades. Be realistic with what you're trying to do. If you're buying, and let's say you are buying calls down here, you're like, whatever, I like the demand down here, you like it down here, it looks really good risk-reward wise, whatever, take it. Where's your target? Where's your stop? You know, set this stuff. Don't think about it in the moment. Think about it before, and then stick to what you planned before. Therefore, it doesn't rely on your emotions. It relies on what the hell you said before. Don't listen to current you. Listen to the previous you, the guy who was planning it before he had money tied to the chart, before he had risk tied to the chart, before he had skin in the game. Listen to that guy. That guy has a lot more of a stable mindset, has a lot more of a stable plan ahead. Right, the guy who's in the trade is going to be thinking something completely different than the guy before the trade. So try to be the you before the trade, if that makes sense. That's probably the craziest, most vague way I could have put that. Vaguest? We just made up a new word. But yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. My phone is tweaking right now. Okay, we need to just turn this thing off and throw it or something. This is crazy. Siri's like, I have to talk to you. Sandollar's trying to make me read that comment, so I say it again. Ha ha ha. No, that is pretty funny, though. Damn, they closed above 526. On the 1, my bad. We'll go to the 5. Let me clean this up. We don't need this anymore. Does anybody want to tell me what kind of entry technically happened under the break of 525.20? I know it did not break under a, like, close a new low under our fib here, but it did close under 525.20. Does anybody want to tell me what you could technically call this if you really wanted to? And there's an inside bar with positive print following it. Just again to kind of re-back up the bullish, you know, hold of that level. But what could you technically call that? Does anybody know? Guarded trader coming to save the day. Oh, Ryan got it. The 90%, 100. Yep, I was about to say 100%. The 90%, 100%. The afternoon recoveries the past few days have been crazy. Yeah, what was it, Friday? No, it was Friday, but also, like, this was Friday, but there was another one. Hold up. 20 days. Hold up. Look at this one. Like, kind of towards the end of the day. From lunchtime to end of day. End of day, nothing crazy there. End of day, they had a drop and a rise. Nothing crazy there. Nothing crazy here. I mean, a little bit of a dip there. Of course, Friday again, but I have noticed that, though. It's like every other day or every other couple days, you'll see towards the end of the day, that's where the best move is. Which I think a lot of you guys kind of were guessing at that this morning. We're saying it could be to what's it called? Just hold that area, and then maybe those are those days we see the more boring mornings, and then the second half of the day is better. Which I think a lot of you guys were already kind of calling that out. Which I think that just comes with intuition. Like, again, just kind of feeling out how the last few days have been. He said it happened Thursday and Friday. Today would make it 3 out of 3. Apple's now at high of day. I blame it for everything. Let's check our sectors. Wild too, because tech actually did take a pretty nice dip down to 208. Recovered from there, higher lows ever since, but no push beyond this. That's, you know, super sold yet. But you can see today, it's just, I mean, kind of just rejected the same spot once, twice, and just kind of held the same low. So no real crazy movement today. I guess you could watch that short term, but healthcare. So when I tuned in, they were kind of like just around this resistance, but looks like they did push away from it and now recovering back towards it. Fighting to try to hold above it right now. Banks were also weak earlier. They also experienced extra weakness. They're still under a good resistance though, so we'll keep that in mind. Discretionary and comms were both kind of just boring and just, they were really just squeezing today, really actually holding higher lows and lower highs in the same direction, and now they're both seeing some upside right now. So a couple sectors moving together right now could be helping everything. Let's go to the 2-day 5-minute. I can't. There we go. Meta, Netflix, and where's my Google? There she is. Oh my god. Huh. Well, I'll be damned. I should have focused on coin more. That was like the one thing I talked about this morning besides SPY. I was like, I'm bullish on coin. But I just ignored it. Huh. Pretend that doesn't sting a little. Nah, we're fine. EMPH though, I am going to be very excited about this one once it's finally ready. There was a moment in time where I was really excited for Netflix, but now I'm not. Whoa, why is this down so much? Woohoo. What caused this? Inside bar? Oh, earnings. Damn. I don't know how you would have caught that. That would have been risky as hell too. That would have been risky as hell. They made that hard to catch. This is the most bullish movement they've seen since this drop. And it's really not even that impressive. Valdora posted something pretty good in the post charts channel. If you guys want to check out the image, it's the famous Leland image, but he showed it with today's actual price info. It's pretty cool. How was Energy doing? Speaking of that post. Hey. Damn, that would have been an amazing entry. Actually closed outside of it too. Looks like you're getting the opposite signal here. Exxon, Chevron. Do I have a CVX in here? I don't. Alright, I'm gonna chart this one differently. Do it just like we used to. Actually, no, let's not do that, because that's not fair. We'll do the first one. Ah, we can't, it closed over. That sucks. There's gotta be something in between here I'm not seeing. Something to do with that. I don't want to draw that though, that's just kind of pointless. It's just the gap. Alright, we'll just leave it like that. Alright, so energy is at a pretty important area right now. I wouldn't say this is like 100% bouncing off this, but it is a good short-term spot there and on Chevron at the same exact high or low, just different chart. And then on the XLE chart that we were just looking at, it's doing the same thing. I just drew zones on the daily from the all-time high all the way down, following its lower highs, just doing supplies basically. Some of them are demand. You can see like this one is supply turn demand. This is supply turn demand. This is supply still kind of questioning if it is turning into demand, because this is the first time it's pushed above and then trying to hold above. You can see over here, pushed above, failed, pushed above, failed, no retest holding, so it's still supply. Supply equals a seller controlled area. So it's trying to hold on top of a seller controlled area, so we're still questioning, is this even trying to hold? But I mean, if you look in the past, this is, oh no, they did have one attempt right here, but this is just the first like toe touch. A lot of the time this happens, and you'll see a lot of 9 EMA swing traders do this. They'll say it's a 9 EMA retention span, or they'll say, oh, it's just going to go back and it's going to go smack the 9 EMA. That is probably what it's going to go do. Short term, a lot of the time that's what it does, but sometimes it still ends up leading into falling into the trend, because again, you are still in a downtrend. That's very obvious here. From those highs, you're in a downtrend, and you have broken base multiple times. So a lot of the time, and where they broke base here and here, a lot of the time those impulse moves, because that is what this is, the first time, if the buyer moves appears, that's what it's called. A lot of the times it's going to that one, parabolic moves go to that one. But what you really want to look for a more calculated approach to this, is seeing that impulse move, and then of that impulse move, seeing a higher low of that, whatever that impulse move is, and then you want to make it to that break of structure, if that makes sense. There's a lot of lines I'm drawing, but it's just structure breaks. So yeah, just a toe touch. It's just touching it for the first time. So if you do get an impulse move, that's probably what it's trying to do. But a continuation breakdown can also happen as well, because again, we are still in a lower high trend from those highs. And we still don't know that this is demand or not. This is supply still. This is yet to turn into support. They tried and failed. Eric said the SPY price action is currently inside of the daily golden pocket. Oh, my bad, Adam. Oh, check this out. Adobe. Let's check that out. Let me start it over, because I don't remember the last time. Yeah, I don't have levels on it. Or is this... Maybe it was on the other account. I could have swore I had this shorted. Do that one, do that one, do that one, do that one, do that one. I'm just doing monthly emerging candles, by the way. That's why we're not really explaining anything. There's nothing really special here. Dude, I swear. Alright, phone's actually getting turned off now. What the hell? I've never heard her try to talk this much. Nobody's talking to you, dude. Just sit there, quiet. Adobe. Weekly. You know what? I need to just edit this real quick. There we go. Alright, same thing I did on the other chart. I feel like I should mark this. Not like enough to get a zone there, but there's definitely a support turn resistance there. I'm just gonna leave that. I never do that, but I have to right there. That's why I like freehand charting too. You can make good decisions on the go that make sense to you. It might not make sense to you later on when you look back at it, but in the moment you're like, okay, wait. This is where they were definitely bearish, or this is where they were definitely bullish. And you can mark levels around those zones if you want. I personally try not to as much. I think when I post charts, I try to. Alright, so what is this zone they're at? So this is an old supply from August of 2022. That they're trying to hold as support. It's kind of like that other chart I was talking about. Now this one looks a little more enticing because we have a weekly candle hitting this and a potential inside bar on the weekly. It kind of sucks they have earnings soon. Okay, no, that's in 9 days. We're okay. Still would be nice if that was behind us. And we have some kind of indecisive price action at that support, which is good. We want indecision at support. So we just need to see an impulse move. We're kind of like the other chart I just finished explaining with energy. We're just kind of getting a toe tap. It's just still sitting here. Of course, with earnings on the other side. Damn, we gotta save this chart. Hold up. Just remember XLE as well. These are going to be really nice in like a couple days. Might need to cook a little longer. Exactly. That's what I should have said. That is very accurate. Now this one, I can't explain. Because it does have the power to just rally now. This could be a parabolic move for all we know. It has an inside bar to a 3 white soldiers. That is so rare. It's two very powerful candles following each other. Damn, I'm grabbing levels from 2008. Zoom in a little bit. Cancel that. Go to the daily. We'll do this from the daily and see how it looks. I didn't like how big that was about to be. Oh no, cancel that. That was about to be bad. Alright, there we go. Alright. Where's the... there it is. Oh, wait. I know what I can do here. Aha. Demand of the structure before the break. The retest of the break. There we go. That looks a lot better now. And it follows the rules. Zoom on over. Very obvious one right here. A not as obvious one right here. And that's all we need to do because we're at the levels we're at. Okay. So now we understand we are at resistance, but we need to break 267.14 for first solar. If this ends up holding 267.14, there's a very good chance we're retesting 292. Or I should say this high of 286.70s to 292. But I do like the lower highs setting up here. Can't deny that. What's this chain even look like? What's today's date? The 4th? Should it be a same week kind of chain? Yep, that's annoying. Damn. I hate same week swings. They get the biggest percentages and that's what everyone is so excited over, but they also have the least chance of success. I want that 21st, but that's horrible. I'd have to go for the 260, but I'm not trying to spend 710. Alright, first let's see this again. And the Greeks suck. They're not even that advantageous. Hold up, wait, maybe same week chart the move. Nope. My math don't add up. That looks a little better. Cost is not good, and I'm pretty sure the open interest is invisible, so that's pretty much a no-go. This isn't a bad risk of a contract, price-wise. Let me see what the rest of the sector's doing first. Okay, that ain't too bad. Ain't too bad. Jinko getting a lot more of a hit than the rest. And yeah, EMPH is at that support, so I can't really get that one yet. Damn, why does this one look the best? It's like the only one that hasn't left the train station, or the only one that hasn't continuously held support. Like, yeah, this candle's holding support, but I mean, it's got this now, it's got this following it. So it's a little bit different than EMPH, whereas EMPH actually is up and holding not just one inside bar, but it's holding multiple at its support. I don't know, that one might be a decent idea. It's already noon. That's not a bad look. Damn, nice, yeah. 13.5% right there. That's a big day. Spot is still just struggling with any kind of move. Love that. So who's all going to accept my challenge from earlier? Who's all going to try out a smaller size account or start doing those mental reps more? I want to start seeing who does that because I want to start tracking some people. Pop drop needs to be returned. Oh, nice sand dollar. My bad. I didn't see what you said about DE till just now. Nice buy the dip for reversal later this week. Yeah, I want to see a little bit more. I'm with you on that. That's for sure. Definitely happy to see some of these like really awesome tickers that almost always have really good buy the dip setups though. I'm happy to see some of those down at really big supports after falling a lot. So kind of excited to see some of those set up more for swing traders. I know for a fact Noxta will catch a bunch of them, so I know Lifetime will be good, but it's fun to catch them all together in stream too. Then we can, you know, just see them play out. Even if you don't catch it as a live trade, just to get the experience of seeing it. I knew it could count on you, Garden. I appreciate you. Your game plans, by the way, have been amazing. I personally try to go through this channel at least like once a day, and you're always in there posting just super in-depth info. Really, it's I was gonna say content, but it's not content. It's like it's something to learn from. Go read it, people. But very helpful, very detailed game plans on your levels and everything. It's good to see. Good prep leads to good trades. So I know you're probably having not an easier time, but you're definitely growing a lot, so that's good. It's not even about like, oh, it feels good to be right. Like, it's just nice when that click moment hits. Like, and there's not, I hate when people are like, when does that click moment occur? Like, when do I just start becoming rich? Like, there isn't a click moment when that happens. Like, it just naturally happens over time. But there is a click when things start to become like, oh, I kind of understand what I'm aiming for. Like, that does happen. And those click moments are the greatest. It's like a sigh of relief, like, okay, I do understand what this is. Or, you know, maybe you've been working on trying to understand a retest type or a breakout type, or how to draw this kind of level, or what you do with this fib, or what you do with this supply or demand. You know, whatever you're working on, it's just it's super nice to get that click. Helps you know you're on the right path, and it gives you a little bit of confidence too. Because we're not perfect, but the click moments are definitely helpful. What's up, Alexis? And yeah, guys, I think with that, I think I'm going to end this stream. Sorry we couldn't be here a little longer. It was a little over 3 hours, but glad we got to at least talk about a bunch of stuff and go over a bunch of things, and I got to figure out what y'all's favorite ice cream is and stuff. But yeah, thank you guys again for today's stream. I appreciate everybody being here and giving all your input. I appreciate everybody's trades and just ideas, and just, you know, anytime I cover topics, I love when you guys give your input, because it's like I'm gonna miss a point, right? So you guys are gonna cover a point I might not be thinking about, and maybe someone else is focused on something and you say it might help them and you don't even know it. So thank you guys again for your input. It does help other people. It's not for me, it's not for a chat rate or some stupid stuff like that. Like, it has nothing to do with that. Like, it really is nice just to help each other out and kind of keep each other on the same page. It's not about, you know, always being right or looking like you're the smart one. Like, it's not about that. But yeah, so I'm gonna end the stream there. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys again. I'll see you in the Discord chats if you want to post some charts or post some game plans on some potential swing trades or potential day trades or just some mental trades that you're reviewing. That's fun too. Nothing wrong with that. But thank you guys again, and I'm gonna end it there. But I will see you guys in tomorrow's stream.